Look at my cat. Okay, so let's see if I can... maybe that'll work. So I got asked to do a... That's not centered. A bookshelf tour of my other 2 bookshelves because I did my mass market paperback and now that bookshelf has completely changed because I got sick of it. So I thought I would do the one behind me and then I will do a bookshelf tour of my main bookshelf. So I have all my DVDs and everything on this shelf. Mostly they're all series because I have Game of Thrones on this shelf, I have Firefly, then I have Camelot, the first season, War and Peace, The White Queen, and I have Mom, the first season, and then I also have the complete series of Jag because it was my favorite growing up and I still love it. So I have that. And then I have the Fellowship of... You can't see. What am I doing? And then there. I have the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers. So like I said, there's Game of Thrones, Firefly, all my other series. And I have Olympus Has Fallen. Let me put those up. Hi, baby. Then I have The Devil Wears Prada, The Prince and Me, 13 Going on 30, and then I have the premiere collection of Marilyn Monroe. So like I said, I did a lot of moving around on some of my bookshelves because it happens. So right here I have a little... I can't do this. Focus. 12 Emily Dickinson bookmarks. I accidentally got sent 2 of these. These were in a care package for someone, and they're just bookmarks. And they have quotes. I didn't take them apart because I really like having it as a little book. Okay, so these are mostly my classic books. You can't see because I do not have a light over here in this corner. I'll take these off. Okay, so the first book I have on here is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. This is the Barnes & Noble leather edition, or that. And then I also have a set of F. Scott Fitzgerald. He is one of my favorite authors. And it has Tender is the Night, This Side of Paradise, The Great Gatsby, and The Last Tycoon, and it's a whole matching set. I actually found all of those for $1. And then down I have The Odyssey and the Iliad by Homer. Again, this was a set I only found for $1, and I was really excited because I wanted a nice set of them. And then a little further down, I have The Snow Queen and Other Tales by Hans Christian Andersen. And this is also an art fold, which means you can fold down the pages and it goes into a snowflake. And then down here, I have Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and the Other Classic Works by Lewis Carroll. And then my really old looking books here, I have Jane Eyre, and this is actually, hold on, really cool because if I remember correct, this is it's from 1847, and I really love Jane Eyre. It's one of my favorite books. And then I have these 2 books, which are actually my dad's old books from when he was younger, and it's the Andersen fairy tales and Grimm's fairy tales, and that was a set that he had. And then the bottom 3 in here just hold other stuff for around my room because mostly everything on my shelves are books. Okay, next I have my only Sarah Dessen book, and it's What Happened to Goodbye. I saw this on sale and everyone loves her, so I figured I'd grab it. And then next I have Winger by Andrew Smith. I can't put these back on. How do people do this? It's so much harder one-handed. I'm actually filming on my really nice, Sony camera, you know, switch it up. Next I have an Artemis Fowl book, and this is the Atlantis Complex. For some reason, I only grabbed one book of Artemis Fowl. I'll probably get all of the rest later, but I do have that one. I think that's the 7th book. And then if you've been watching my haul videos, you've seen me slowly build up my Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events. I'm not going to pull all of these off the shelf because they're hell to put back. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. I'm missing 7. I just haven't seen it on clearance. All of these I got only for $1, so I'm trying to stick to that. So I need 7, and then I have 8, 9, 10, 11, and then I need 12, and I have 13. And then once I get them all, I'm definitely going to do a read through of them, and who knows what else I'll do. And then, okay, so we're gonna go up, and this is my Cassandra Clare shelf. As you can see, I do not have all of the Mortal Instruments. I only have the first one, and there was a mishap. My mom actually bought me the box set, and then the mail lost it, and then she just wanted a refund, so I'm gonna buy them slowly. And then I also have the Infernal Devices. I have all 3 of those. Then I have the Bane Chronicles, the Shadowhunters Codex, and Lady Midnight on this shelf. I'm really ashamed to say I have not read any of Cassandra Clare's books. I want to get them all, that way I have them, and I just right now need the Mortal Instruments, so that's pretty good. And then I have Sapphire Blue up there. That is the 2nd book of the Ruby Red trilogy. You know, I just get books randomly and then don't have all of them. And then also on this shelf, I have the 500 Greatest Books of All Time. It's a little deck of cards, if I can get this to focus for me. And it's really cool, and it just goes through. I can show you a card here. And it just goes through and focus. Like best-selling kids books, 16, and like it goes through and it tells you. So I thought that was really cool. I want to put this back the right way. And I just keep it in its protective thing, you know. Oh, why won't you close? Okay. And then we'll go over here. I have all of my Xbox games right here because they were on a shelf, but my books needed a home. And then I have all of my Pokemon cards. So first thing I have on this shelf is Staying Strong, 365 Days a Year by Demi Lovato. I really like this book. You just open it to a day and it has a quote and then she wrote something. And I really liked it. Watch me destroy all my books while doing this tour. See, I probably could have been smart and I could have edited this, but I talk during points I mess up, so I can't. Next, this is kind of my history bookshelf. I used to have a lot more history books. Well, I do have a lot more history books, but this is more this. I have The Greek Myths by Robin Waterfield over here, and it just goes into Greek myths, obviously. Next I have Van Gogh, His Life and His Art by David Sweetman. Van Gogh is actually my favorite artist of all time. Next I have How to Talk Minnesotan. by Howard Moore. This is the second edition of it. And little known fact, I'm actually from Minnesota. But I live most of my life in Texas, so I tell everyone I'm from Texas. But I went up and visited, and my mom's friend told me I had to get this book, and I couldn't. She has the older edition. I couldn't find it, and it's hilarious to read. I'm gonna. Next, I have The Romanoff Sisters by Helen Rappaport. This book talks about the lost lives of the daughters of Nicholas and Alexandra. I love anything to do with Russia, so that's really cool. Next, I have The Secret Life of the Tsars. I'll read you what if you can't. It's 3 centuries of autocracy. Oh my god. All that. Betrayal, murder, and madness from Romanov, Russia. This is by Michael Farquhar. It is a hilarious book because you don't imagine monarchs doing some of the stuff that the Tsars did. Next, I have Chicken Soup for the Cat Lover's Soul. Obviously, you can understand why I have that. It's cat. Like I said, this was some of my history books. It's kind of my random shelf at this point. Next, I have Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. This is a Barnes & Noble edition. I love them because they're so bright and they give you so much information to help you read the books. So there's Julius Caesar. Next, I have an essential book, and this is, Tibetan Buddhism. I'm really interested in Buddhism. I love learning about other religions. Like I said, history, just all of it. So I grabbed that book. Next, I have George Orwell's 1984. This is just a small paperback of it. Next, I have America, A Patriot's Handbook. This book has the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the words of John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama, and more. This is actually sold at Barnes & Noble. And then I have one of my most prized possession books, and that is The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire by Edward Gibbon. This is actually, obviously it's not all 3 volumes, but I got this book because this is the book my teacher had for class, and he suggested that we find this edition if we ever wanted to read. So I got this. Eventually I want to get the complete set of it. So... and it's actually really old. Hold on. Here, look at my bookshelf. This is from 1966, and it has that old, musty smell. Okay, next, going up, and this will be this is second to last shelf for this. I have my 2 boxes for pop figures. I have my Draco Malfoy box, and then I have my Neville Longbottom box. I actually got sent 2 of these they were for someone, and then, I lucked out. Okay, so this is my comic book, anime, and all that shelf. Over here, I'm not going to go through these. This is all the stuff from Barnes & Noble's when they do free stuff, so I just put it on this shelf. So here I have Princess I, that's by Courtney Love. I have volumes 1 and 3. Then I have Sayuki by Katsuya Minkora. I have the first 3 volumes. Next I have XX Holic by Clamp. I have 1, 2, and 3 in a 1 book thing, and then I have 4, 5, and 6. And then over here I have 2 Marvel. I have the Ultimate X-Men Volume 14, and that is Phoenix. Oh, they're not going on my shelf. Oh my goodness. And then, what am I doing? I have Ultimate Comics X-Men. This is Volume 1, and that one's drawn by Nick Spencer. And then up here, I used to have all of these also, but I had them book format. My brother actually got me these after he got out of boot camp. It's volumes 1 through 3, which is episodes 1 through 13, original and uncut of Vampire Night, and it's my absolute favorite. And I was so excited, I was screaming when I got these. Okay, so I'm sorry, cat. I just hit my cat. So that are those 6 little cubbies, and then we're gonna go up to my Rick Riordan collection. Over here I have all my printer stuff, and then I have some sniffy stuff. These are my favorite design things. They're sunflowers, and then it's Paris. And then I have my Melisandre box. I have all of my bookmarks that I keep. I have a picture of my dad and me. And I have a picture of my grandfather and me. And then I have the letter B for Britta. Woo! Have a little Paris. This used to be a, what is that called? Ornament, a Christmas ornament, and I just took the top out and I was like, nope, now it's not. Okay, so here is my Rick Riordan book collection. I have Percy Jackson, wow, Greek Heroes. I have not read, there's a little cat hair. Cat hair settles everywhere if you have cats, you understand me. I haven't read the Greek Heroes yet because I've just been so busy. I want to finish what I haven't read of Rick Riordan this year. Then I have Percy Jackson's Greek Gods. I actually got the Greek Gods when it came out in paperback because they started selling the hardcover for like $6 cheaper, and I was like, oh yeah, because the paperbacks just aren't as pretty to me. I know, I'm weird. I'm not going to pull these off because if you've read Rick Riordan, you know what the covers look like, and this video's, you guys are already going to be like, ugh. So I have The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. These are the 5 books for Percy Jackson and the Olympians. These are the first books you want to read if you get into Rick Riordan. Next, I have the Kane Chronicles. I have The Red Pyramid, The Throne of Fire, and The Separance Shadow. I have not read the Kane Chronicles. I know they've been sitting on my shelf, and I just haven't. I know. What's wrong with me? Next, I have the next series. These are in order also. If you're supposed to read these, and then go to these, and then these. So these are the 5 books for The Heroes of Olympus by Rick Riordan. Obviously, this is a Rick Riordan shelf. There is The Lost Hero, The Son of Neptune, The Mark of Athena, The House of Hades, and The Blood of Olympus. Those are those. You can also go from here and then read these and not read the Kane Chronicles. Obviously, I did, you know, because I can't keep anything in order, apparently. So I did do those, or I do have those. Then I can't not have a Rick Riordan book. So this is The Sword of Summer. I can take these because I don't really have to go through and move everything one-handed. And this is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is the first book, and it's The Sword of Summer. I have not read this, but I'm told you're supposed to read this one before you read The Trials of Apollo, but I want to know what happens right after The Blood of Olympus. So you're supposed to read The Trials of Apollo. This is book 1, The Hidden Oracle. They're so dusty. I know you guys can't see it, but I can. So there is The Trials of Apollo. So I'm actually like, before this year's up, I want to finish all my Rick Riordan because I reread all of these this year and I really want to finish it up. So I'm probably going to read the Greek Heroes this year, or before this year's up, and then the Sword of Summer and the Hidden Oracle, and then hopefully the Kane Chronicles. So I'm really excited. Also, I have 2 maps for this series. They haven't been moved to my new wall of all my book stuff. So there's the map you can get from the Trials of Apollo. You have to get the Target edition, though, to get the map, and I really wanted the map. And then next I have the illustrated map of the TARDIS. I can't tell you what edition you have to do to get that because I actually found mine at Half Price Books. So I will do a whole video for my big bookshelf, but just really quick, here is my new book wall, and then I have fresh clean towels. So I did a Lord of the Rings shelf there, and then I have my adult contemporary books there, and then basically the same of what I had. I don't know if you can see me well. I'm not good at like vlogging hands. So I will do a bookshelf tour for this. I'm going to film it right now. Actually, I'm going to let my camera charge. And then I'm going to do this, and I'll probably upload this video before today. I'll probably just upload it. Who cares about editing at this point? I don't. Whatever. Alright, hopefully this wasn't too weird of an experience. This is my first time doing this with my actual camera, so here we go.